Stephen Young. Stephen Young is in this movie playing Timu, his best friend. I'm talking about the worst best friend in film history. Because, bro, what? You gonna leave me at the bottom of a ice crack to be buried in snow, plowed to my demise, and then get eaten by aliens? You feel me? Like, oh, I thought you were supposed to die, from what Timu, Stephen Young character said. I'm like, what? You not gonna help him? You just, I mean, in Expendable, yes, he come back, but like, my guy, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. Like, help me. Yo, what up, cinephiles and entertainment seekers, and also what up, Coop Troop? This is your man, your host, your maestro of this great channel of ours, DeAndre Cooper, coming at you with what? DraeRadio cinema news and movie reviews. Welcome back to my channel, you guys, and thank you for tuning in to my show where I give you my passion of indulgement conversations of cinema news and entertainment news. You feel me? Cinema news and movie reviews, that is. We all slip sometime. But as you saw on the thumb title of the video you clicked on, I will be giving you guys my review and show that I based around these things on Mickey 17, Bong Joon-ho's Oscar-nominated winner for Parasite new film with Robert Pattinson in 2025. So what this show is involved around is definitely the useful tools of, social site from Rotten Tomatoes, to where I will bring you guys the Rotten Tomatoes score. I will break down the top critic reviews, only five top critic reviews. Then after we, have our little round table talk around those two segments, well, really that one segment involving Rotten Tomatoes, we branch over to my thoughts, my turn. You feel me? My turn. Where I will be talking to you guys about my film experience, what the film experience around me was like, how many people was in the theaters, breaking down just the theatrical experience. Then we'll talk about the good thoughts, the bad thoughts, then finalizing it if I recommend the movie to you guys, and does it have any rewatchability for me. And then that's all of the show. So, again, thank you for tuning in to my channel, checking out my show. If you like anything that you hear on this video of mine, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content in the future. Join the Coop Troop, you guys. We are an amazing time getting all the intro out of the bag. Without further ado, let's step into the show. Woohoo! Let's get into it. The about section first. So Mickey 17, known as an expendable, goes on a dangerous journey to colonize an ice planet. That sounds amazing. It sounds very intriguing to a story you would want to witness. The film was 2 hours and 17 minutes. And, most people pick and choose if I'm going to actually sit down and have a 2 hour plus film entertain all of my time. So, you hear me? This movie has a tomato meter of 77%. Classified fresh from the critics. Hey, we'll indulge in that when we get down to the top critic reviews and see why it holds that 77%. For the popcorn meter, the audience that is, it is holding same. We're in the 70 percentile, 73% for the popcorn meter. I will be the audience representation for my review and reactions to this film, to let you guys know why I understand the 73%, but also for me, why I give this movie a rotten percent. I'm not going into no number factors because I don't do that. I just let you know if I like it or if I don't. And this movie was a rotten 2 hour and 17 minute trip for me. So yeah, let's hop over to the top critic reviews for this movie, Mickey 17. First off, you guys, we have Amy Nicholson from Los Angeles Times with a fresh review. She gave this movie a 79%. She says, of course, Bong Joon-ho is an environmentalist. He recycled his own ideas. After leaving this film, I told myself this was a Oscar winner directed film, given the acknowledgement of Bong Joon-ho. He directed Parasite that gave him his first Oscar win. So I was kind of excited and anticipated to walk into this movie that I know was getting a lot of buzz talk around social media platforms, and I did not know nothing about. I didn't see no trailer. I walked in blind, and I just it wasn't for me. I know every director has their days in the office to where it's a miss and a hit potential of a film that you would put out there to the public. And again, I'm coming off the knowledge that Bong Joon-ho is the Oscar director winner for Parasite. I was looking forward to seeing his craft on the big screen for the first time, and to actually give acknowledgement to this review from Amy Nicholson, I would have to go back and watch Parasite so I can give that comparison note to why she think this is a recycled idea for Mickey 17. That gotta be where she's coming from. So yeah, you guys, again, that was from Amy Nicholson from Los Angeles Times with a fresh review, 79% that is. Next we have Peter Travers from ABC News. You have now tuned in to ABC News. With a fresh review, 79%, matching Amy Nicholson's. So he says, repeating his historic Oscar wins, here we go, for Parasite is off the table for Bong Joon-ho. But together with an Up for Anything, Robert Pattinson in multiple roles, Bong turns this scattershot sci-fi space opera into a buoyant social satire that really stings. This review was kind of mixed, like absolutely mixed with, I guess, the slang words he was using in this. But opera, no, wasn't nobody singing on here. Robert Pattinson, yes. Credit when credit is due. I said in my Out of Theater review, if an actor could portray himself playing two roles, basically the same character, twins almost, you feel me? The range is stretched towards a ultimate challenge that was delivered by Robert Pattinson. And I give credit to that. So this is a fresh review, 79% coming from Peter Travers of ABC News. Let's get into it, you guys. Now we have Peter Howell from Toronto Star with a fresh review. Everybody is meeting the 79 percentile of these fresh reviews that I'm reading thus far. But he says Mickey 17 leaves us feeling like we've been cloned ourselves. I take that as a jab. Split between admiration for Bong's audacious vision and frustration at its muddled execution. How are these reviews fresh with the way they are talking? Am I looking at it wrong? Y'all let me know. Do these reviews sound kind of sketchy to you? Like they didn't like the film, but I guess just giving Oscar credit to the director himself? I'ma just be straightforward with y'all whenever we get down to that point of the show, what I thought about it, because all I'm gonna say is 2 hours and 17 minutes. And then go check out my out of theater audience reactions for the film as well. I only had one lady on there that really matched my energy on this film. And just to give y'all a little insight, she said,
Sure. So there was more like, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but I could see breaking it down. Like, I think there was like a historical message there on who decides who lives and who dies, real politics, right? You know, who the natives coming in and kind of like taking over the natives that were already been there.
It was supposed to be an exhibition movie on colonizing an ice planet.
Right.
But where I was telling everybody I'm kind of on the rotten side of the movie, the description was better read than seen to me.
Yeah, I had a hard time staying away from it.
Thank you. That's when you know the film has failed. Like, for real. That was Peter Howell from Toronto Star with 79% fresh review. Let's get into it. You guys. So, I guess let me stop reading this 79 or either percents when it comes down to this movie, because this guy has given us a rotten review, but the percent of the movie still shows 79%. So let's exclude that out now. And we are diving into Nick Shagger of the Daily Beast with a rotten review. This is where we get down to my points of this movie. No matter a committed performance, actually, from Robert Pattinson. You will not be disappointed with Robert Pattinson's performance in this movie. I can say that. And stand 10 toes down on that. They also goes on to say it's an original that plays like a rehash, and an underwhelmingly unfunny one at that. This movie really tried to take a jab at some comedy that did not flow right because of the awkwardness in just the storyline. But a rehash, I'm hearing so many people mention how big of a pattern Bong came through and basically somewhat, I guess, copied and pasted a formula of a film that did him great justice in the Hollywood industry, and tried to bring it into a new formatted film that didn't really hit to most. So again, that's another strike for I gotta watch Parasite finally, now, officially, for the first time, and see where is this coming from. Have you guys watched Parasite? Drop down on the comment section below and give me more push to watch the film. Please. That was Nick Shagger from the Daily Beast. Final review. Again, we're stepping into the rotten territory. So we have 3 fresh reviews and 2 rottens. Let's get into it. This is Jocelyn Novak from Associated Press with a rotten review. She says there's creativity to spare, and much of it surrounds the ways Bong Joon-ho finds for his lead character to expire again and again. They spent almost an hour to 45 minutes of this movie explaining that perspective of Robert Pattinson's character expiring over and over and over. You feel me? The bad news, besides, all the death, is that much of this film devolves into narrative chaos, bloat, and excess. I'm going to break that down in my perspective when we get down to my bad thoughts for this movie. But there you guys have it. That is the segment for top critic reviews from Rotten Tomatoes. Now, y'all know this is my favorite part. Here it go. It's my turn. You feel me? To break down my theatrical experience, my good thoughts and my bad thoughts for the film Mickey 17. Let's get into it.
My turn!
All right, Mickey 17 and my theatrical experience for the movie. It was not even a mid to packed out house for the IMAX screening I went to. Started at 7:15, but y'all know how AMC do with the 30-minute plus movie. So started actually not at 7:15, but given the fact that it started early in the evening hours, it was a low crowd. It was a low crowd, and to me, that just let me know this wasn't that big of a must go see screening for most. And you feel me? Like I said, I wasn't really expecting much because I didn't know much about the movie, but I did want to see what this Oscar nominated director, screenwriter had to bring to a new film of my interest. And yo, I mean, I'm on the rotten side of the movie, you guys. What I told everybody walking out of the theater as I was getting audience out of theater reactions for the movie, I was like, man, this movie was better read than screen. I mean, than seen, because the description basically told you Mickey 17, known as an expendable, goes on a dangerous journey to colonize an ice planet. Okay, you got me sold. You got me sold. You feel me? The start of the movie, you see Mickey in a situation to where later on in the movie you find out he should have died from. And boom, after we get put in that circumstances, we get a hard previously before this scene actually happened, hour long couple minutes of the movie explanation to who Mickey 17 is, what is the position of an expendable, to which we only get a backstory of one person actually becoming an expendable and then becoming a multiple at that, where basically two clones exist at the same time when one is really supposed to die, and how big of a mistake that is in that universe. We spent most of our time getting that explanation of what an expendable is. And you would think the next hour of the movie we would dive into the journey. We would get more of the dangerous energy and vibe of this adventure we're supposed to be on, of him colonizing an ice planet. My guys, like, listen, we don't get that until probably the last 34 minutes of the movie. And the experience for that was a big drag for me. It was 2 hours and 17 minutes, you guys. You had a lot, to where Jocelyn Novak said there's creativity to spare. There was a lot to spare because I wanted the last 34 minutes to actually be the full film. And then let's get to it. 2 hours and 17 minutes, this movie could have been broken down into an hour and 30 minutes, to where you might have felt like your creative ideas were not going to spread the way you, I guess, wanted to succeed in this 2 hour and 17 minute viewership. But a lot could have been told in an hour and 30 minutes, in my point of view, for this movie. Yo, I'm talking about a distasteful theatrical experience, to be honest. You feel me? Let's talk about the good thoughts, so I can at least share some good energy on this video of mine, which I'm good energy alone, you feel me? But good thoughts for Mickey 17, Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson and his acting. His acting for the character Mickey, you feel me? I'm talking about the stretch and range to where we know I'm basically just classifying this right now. In the Hollywood industry, this is the season and year of twins. Robert De Niro is playing a twin. Michael B. Jordan is playing a twin. And Robert Pattinson is playing a twin. The challenging range of execution when it come down to that is uncredited. Like, you cannot discredit what this man brought to this screen. And then talk about the accent, the voice that he pitched to this character. And then Mickey 18, the second character to which he was playing himself as, the range in your tone, in your voice to what you normally sound like. You feel me? Because at first you hearing Mickey talk in this somewhat of a southern broken accent, and I'm like, that's Robert. Like, am I tripping? That's Robert. That's Robert, y'all. That boy Robert was going in. I'm talking about boom. I'm talking about flourishing. I'm talking about brush it off the side. Like, he used to this. And I guess through all his films, from my collection, that I know of, from like The Lighthouse, I'm not even speaking on Twilight, but like, he got that range. He has that range. Wasn't he on Tenet with David Allen Washington? You feel me? Hey, that brother can do no wrong when it come down to his acting. And then remember, he is Bruce Wayne. My boy is Matt Reeves, DC, not DCU, but DC Elseworld Bruce Wayne. So, hey, I was happy to see him on the big screen. He handled business. He did no wrong to me. And, hey, I mean, Robert Pattinson, go ahead, my guy. You got it. I'm going to hurt y'all feelings, because guess what? That's all the good I got to say for this movie. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of it all. The bad thoughts, I feel like, were hinted and shared while I was speaking on my theatrical experience for the movie. I didn't get what I read in the description. The dangerous journey to colonize an ice planet called Niflheim. You basically, like I said, in the first hour, you get a breakdown of the beginning sequence before the beginning sequence actually happened. You get that, let's go to the past, and then boom, let's get to where we actually started the film at, to later on. A lot of unnecessariness. Like, I wanted to know more about Timu. His best friend, played by hold on. Stephen Young. Stephen Young is in this movie playing Timu, his best friend. I'm talking about the worst best friend in film history. Because, bro, what? You gonna leave me at the bottom of a ice crack to be buried in snow, plowed to my demise, and then get eaten by aliens? You feel me? Like, oh, I thought you were supposed to die, from what Timu, Stephen Young character, said. I'm like, what? You not gonna help him? You just, in Expendable, yes, he come back, but like, my guy, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. Like, help me. The worst friend in film history, to me, that is. And you see them at a point in the beginning of the movie during the hour and some change in the beginning backstory to how they're connected. They get put in a mob situation that was shown for a minute, that was a big threat in moving forward with the film. You did not revisit that until the last 17 minutes of this movie. And yes, I'm being real specific with time, because I start my time bar whenever a movie start now. Of this movie starting at 2 hours and 17 minutes, as soon as the first opening sequence or the first introduction start, I start my time. And I'm not lying to you guys. The last 17 minutes of this movie, you actually get that mob interaction back. That was really flip the coin in the well situation, like real quick and pass. Like, whoa, what was the point of showing us that? And spending an hour just explaining what an expendable is, showing him go through the I want to say fan service of look at the many ways he can die. Okay. Okay, how is that going to be useful in the actual journey and adventure that's supposed to be dangerous in colonizing this Iceland? The aliens are introduced later on, like mid movie, and you would want more of them. You would want more of them. You would really, because if this is their planet and these are the creatures that we're colonizing and trying to take over, horrible job. Horrible job. And I'm not even going to talk about Mark Ruffalo's character as Kenneth Marshall. Annoying. Annoying. And his wife, played by Toni Collette Yifa, annoying. The sauce lady, if we can call her. You feel me? Annoying. Naomi Aki as Nasha, I enjoyed her acting. She was great. She was a good time. She was a good time, man. It looked like she had a good time in this movie. You feel me? She had a good time. But yo, I mean, this movie lacked so much. This movie was, as I'm telling you guys, better read than seen. I was expecting more. Like I said, this movie was getting a lot of buzz around social media platforms that I was excited to step into blindly. And I feel like the trailers were misleading. Would have been misleading as well if I watched them. But check out my other theater audience reviews and reaction, because I got mostly a lot of positive reviews from the audience that liked it as well, and only one person matching my energy on the rotten side. And yo, I mean, this movie could have taken off on a great skyrocket level. I mean, we're coming from Earth to building an empire in space, and I wasn't feeling the vibes. I wasn't feeling the vibes, you guys. But I guess not bashing the movie that much. That's all I really have to say about my bad thoughts for Mickey 17. Drop down on the comment section below if you share my good thoughts or my bad thoughts. Let's talk about, do I recommend this movie, knowing that we're stepping into a new weekend, fresh weekend of fresh movies to talk about and have conversations on. I just got to wrap up my film schedule, and surprisingly, this was the primary movie review that I was planning to do for the month of March. I do not recommend you guys go see this movie, but all films are subjective. You make your own moves. I'm just coming to you and letting you know this is a film that I feel like would be more appreciated in viewership if it dropped and released on streaming. I don't see this movie having any rewatchability in my point of view. I went to go see the movie with my brother, and he mentioned that he would go see the movie again, but through a critic perspective and not, a fan of this world building sci-fi. He loves sci-fi exhibition. So I feel like if I do indulge in this movie, I would have to see it through somebody that know the movie Parasite. I would have to watch this movie with somebody that's seeing it through vision and storytelling that I couldn't connect with it with. So that's the only way this movie's going to get any rewatchability for me. So check this out, you guys. Like y'all know how I get down with what I do. This film gets a no-go for me. I'm talking about off with their heads type of vibes coming off this film. So there you have it, you guys. I probably ran through that just as quick as I never do. But I really didn't have much to bring to you guys on a extension note for this movie because it didn't give me anything of that tool to bring. But I gave you the basics. I gave you my fan perspectives of what I thought, my good, my bad thoughts. I broken down the Rotten Tomatoes score, the movie, and top critic reviews to you guys. If you enjoyed anything that you heard on this show of mine, drop down on the comment section below. Share, comment, like, and subscribe for more content in the future. And have you watched Mickey 17? If so, drop down on the comment section below what you thought about it, or would you probably wait for this to drop on your streaming platforms? Also, let me know that in the comment section below. Thank you for tuning in to this great channel and show of ours. This is your man, your host, your maestro, DeAndre Cooper, coming at you with what? DraeRadio, cinema news, and movie reviews. You guys, catch y'all out on the next piece of content. Look forward to seeing you guys again. Woo!